Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I want to thank the witnesses not only for being here today, but more importantly for your long and distinguished service to our country and to the people under your command. But like many of my colleagues, I was quite disturbed and very concerned when the Secretary rolled out his proposed budget cuts last week, and I know we'll be hearing more about it tomorrow. In my view, this is absolutely not the time to hollow out our military or to eliminate critical air and sea assets, and I hope we can find a way forward that does not allow that to happen. I'd like to discuss a particular proposal this morning with you, and that is one that I think you know has generated considerable debate, and that's the mission of the A-10. I'm proud to represent many people in my district who are associated with Davis-Monthan Air Force Base, many of the pilots who fly the A-10. At that base, we have the 355th Fighter Wing, which supports and operates 82 Warthogs and trains the next generation of A-10 pilots. And I think you all know that this critical platform to our military arsenal has been updated with new electronic packages, new wings, which will extend the life of the A-10 for another 15 to 20 years. It's already been flying for 30, but it's got a lot more life left given the $1.1 billion we've invested in upgrades. This fighter plays a crucial role, in my view, in protecting our troops on the ground, a role that just cannot be suitably replicated by any other aircraft in our inventory. In fact, Major General Bill Hicks, Deputy Director of TRADOC, has said the A-10's complementary mix of precision, area fires, sustained coverage, persistence, responsiveness, and moral and physical impact on the enemy provides a capability that should not be overlooked. And as you know, the Warthog provides dynamic close air support at high altitudes where attack helicopters can't fly, such as the mountains of eastern Afghanistan. And it can fly low and slow, and in tight places, spaces, something other aircraft cannot perform at the same effect. General, President Obama's budget would divest the entire A-10 fleet to reduce costs. And with countless sorties flown by the A-10 in Iraq and Afghanistan, which have proven lethal to the enemy in support of ground troops during firefights, I ask you, General, how would the loss of the A-10 mission affect CENTCOM's close air support capabilities?
Is that my question, sir?
Yes, sir. General Austin.
All right. Thank you, sir. Well, as you have indicated, the A-10 has provided tremendous service to the forces on the ground over time. And I've seen it do wonderful things in both Iraq and Afghanistan. Having said that, you know, it's actually the domain of the Air Force to really kind of figure out how to balance their requirements, you know, how to balance readiness and force modernization and end strength going forward. As a combatant commander, you know, what I care about is when I put forth a requirement to support our troops, that the services can provide that support, that credible support, in a timely fashion. And if the Air Force determines that there are other platforms that can deliver that, I have to defer to their judgment. But again, it has provided credible and sustained support to our troops in combat.
Absolutely agree with you. When I talk to the men and women of the Army down in Fort Huachuca, which is also in my district, they have told me over and over again that when the Warthog shows up overhead, they're going to have a much better day, and I think we need to make sure it's continuing. I'd like to pose a similar question, Admiral, to you. It's my understanding that PACOM's strategic approach relies on the A-10 assured presence to meet the demands of the military contingency mission. Osan Air Force Base in South Korea, which houses the 51st Fighter Wing, employs a premier close air support A-10 fighter squadron, has more firepower to provide close support than its counterparts and at a cheaper price. If the A-10s in this region, Admiral, are divested, what capability will fill the close air support gap that would result, and at what price?
Well, first let me say I'm very proud of the forces that A-10 squadrons that operate in support of the Korean Peninsula and in support of all of our operations in the PACOM AOR. I'm in the same position that General Austin is in. That given where we are today with the budget and given the way we're in the future, the services are having to make hard decisions, and this is a decision that I have to defer to the Air Force on. If they have to come back to me and be able to show us what will replace this. There are capabilities out there. Clearly, they don't exactly parallel what the A-10 can do. But we'll just have to, when this platform goes away, we'll have to use what the services can resource and produce, and we'll have to readjust our plans to be able to minimize the amount of risk, assuming that we can do that.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr.
Mr.
Chairman.
Bridenstine.